talk a lot about like the Jimmy Gimmies and stuff like that.
Yep.
Like I remember back when we traded for Jimmy, and I believe it was only he sat for about 3 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and then Shanahan put him in, and he
Mm-hmm.
did great.
Yep.
I'm wondering why he can't do that for Trey. If he could give Jimmy the Jimmy Gimmies, why can't he scheme stuff for Trey?
Of course he can. Of course he can. This was certainly within Kyle Shanahan's power. He has to want to. And I think I've covered Kyle. This is my 5th season. I think I know how he thinks. And to me, he's stuck in this mode right now, which he gets stuck in a lot. I think we all do sometimes, where you want to prove you're right. And for him to be right this offseason, he has to prove that Trey's not ready. So instead of doing things that make it easy on him and make him look good, they did all the things that were hard on him and made him look inexperienced. And I think that was by design. And Kyle, so now he can turn to everyone in the organization and be like, look, you watching the Patriots? If you wanted a new starting quarterback, you should have let me do what I wanted to do. But you wanted, okay, I can work with Trey, but this is going to be a longer process. You got to be patient. That's what you wanted. I hate that. I hate that. Because if Mac Jones were the quarterback on this team, he'd be starting right now. You can't tell me differently.
Oh, yeah.
He'd be starting right now.
Yeah,
and Kyle would want him to.
Jimmy has, a lot of people say, like, Jimmy, he's fairly accurate or whatever, but a lot of his passes are like 5-yard passes. Like, they're not very, and
they're not very precise with their placement. They're like a little behind or they're a little high.
Buck 10 yards.
And he throws picks. And he gets hurt.
You know what I mean? So I feel like Trey, I think his biggest flaw right now, like, he's not super accurate, but I think the only thing he needs to work on a lot better is kind of taking some speed off of that ball.
No question. He has to harness his velocity. Real quick, though, we'll go back to Jimmy. The reason everyone fell in love with him in 2017 and he looked so good and got that contract was not that he learned the offense in 3 weeks. It's that in those 5 games, he was so good at kind of like creating his own plays. Things would break down. Like the first touchdown he ever threw, that was the game he didn't start against the Seahawks. He comes in, rolls left, buys time, throws that touchdown, like floating left. It was like, oh, snap. That looked like Tony Romo. That looked like Aaron Rodgers. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't do that anymore for a couple of reasons. One, I don't think Kyle likes his quarterbacks freelancing. 2, he tore his ACL.
Okay.
But you want that, Kyle. Like, I know you like your plays very much, but the best play is the quarterback buying time, extending play, because when the quarterback holds the ball 4 or 5 seconds, the defense just has to hang on. You're just hanging on at that point. Kyle has to get over that, man. Jimmy used to be able to do it. Trey should be able to do it. And to me, I'm watching Trey in the pocket, like holding the ball 3 seconds, 4 seconds. I'm like, run, dude. What are you doing? What are you doing? Run. Why are you making this so hard? It should be so easy. It should be so easy. But that's Kyle. If you don't execute it the way he wants it, he flips out. You could gain 20 yards on the ground and be like, but that wasn't the design of the play. Guy was open in the flat.
I don't know. I feel like I listen to your podcast a lot.
Yeah.
When you and your dad talk, I really feel like they should have gotten rid of Jimmy way before the training camp.
They created the situation,
because now it's like, Kittle, kind of like what the other guy said. If Jimmy goes, Kittle, that's his boy, so he might want to go now too. But I feel like
let's say something real quick. Let's say Jimmy has a decent year, right? He goes 10-7, and his quarterback rating's like 95. It's decent, a little above average. And Trey doesn't play that much. How do you go to Trey? How do you go to Trey next year? How?
Oh man,
it's because now it's like he hasn't really played in 2 years, and he lacks experience, and he still kind of looks rusty because he hasn't played. And Jimmy's like technically a little above average. When do you ever make the transition?
That'd be a tough one. That'd be tough because then you'd be risking a lot, especially.
Yeah, I mean, at some point you got to make this move, even though it feels like he's not ready. Like, well, okay, that's because he hasn't played. He has to play at some point.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're just admitting that you picked the wrong quarterback and you should have taken Justin Fields or Mac Jones.
Yep. And that's why, like, I kind of like how a lot of people, like, not just you, but like other networks as well. They always bring up Trey Lance hasn't had a lot of playing time in college. Last year he only played 1 game. And so from how I take it is, if Kyle Shanahan chose Trey Lance, and let's say that's the guy he was really going to go with, it was never going to be Mac Jones. So he should have already known this, that he didn't really play a lot last year. So throughout the entire training camp, throughout the entire preseason, if that's the guy you chose, why didn't you start him with the starters?
Yeah.
Why wasn't he?
Didn't even give him a chance.
Preparing him for that. Exactly.
Didn't even give him a chance.
It's like, and then like right now, the only way I could see, Me personally, unless Jimmy just absolutely fucking blows it, how he always fucking does. Sorry about that. I don't want to be cussed. I feel like he's got to start him, Detroit and Philly. Like, give him those easy games before he gets into, like, Green
Dude,
Bay.
that's what I would have said, but now he's got a broken finger.
Yeah, I know.
Now, I don't even know how serious it is. So Kyle's put himself in a situation where he doesn't have to make a decision. The finger made the decision. Anyway, guy needs to be on the field by week 3 or the Niners could be in trouble. Yeah. This season could fall apart early. It's a very difficult schedule from week 3 to week 7.
Yeah.
So they need Trey. That's why they got him on the team.
Anyway, I say just start him. Throw him out there.
That's right.
He'll learn.
It's like if you don't trust Jimmy Garoppolo to be a full-time quarterback, get it over with.
Mm-hmm.
Get it over with. Because it only slows down the development of Trey Lance. Theoretically, he's going to be kind of rough as a passer the first 8 weeks of the season if he started. Russell Wilson was as a rookie. But the beauty was, by the time the playoffs came around, he was kind of experienced. He improved a lot. He was ready to actually win.
Yeah.
If you don't do that with Trey, I don't remember what happened with Lamar Jackson in his first playoff appearance. Yeah, he looked utterly unprepared because he'd only been starting for about 2 weeks. 2 months. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Yeah. All right, Abraham, man. I got to end this phone. It's great call.
Thank you, man. That was an honor.
All right. Take care.